What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I wanted to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down what's going on with FOMCs. It's about to start very soon, and how this may affect the markets in my opinion. But before I break into this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. Firstly, I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo with the link down below and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed up to 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon. Anyways, now let's break down what's going on with the markets. So, as a reminder, guys, we're approaching the FOMC meeting, but this is going to happen in two parts. During the first part at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to see the Fed interest rate hike decision come out. Right now, there's about a 96-97% chance the Fed is going to give us a pause/skip. They're going to leave the rates unchanged, and that could actually cause some volatility in the markets the second it comes out. This might actually cause the market to pump a little bit, so watch this very carefully. But once again, guys, the decision is going to be coming out very soon. Once the decision is out, okay, after that comes out at 2 o'clock p.m., we have some time until 2:30 p.m. At 2:30 p.m. sharp, that's usually when Jerome Powell will start his speech. Powell's going to be coming out there, and once he speaks, the market's going to make some big moves. He'll be talking about the Fed's monetary policy, the current state of inflation, and the economy, and what he says is going to cause the market to go berserk. We're going to see some crazy volatility. So get ready, guys. It starts very soon, within an hour from the time I'm recording this video. Okay, so when Powell speaks, it's going to cause some crazy moves. But what do I think this might cause? I want to give you guys my prediction. So, honestly, guys, I am not a fortune teller. I don't truly know what Powell is going to say. But looking at the setup, we have a nice kind of like accumulation structure developing here. We have an inverse head and shoulders forming on SPY, so long as we hold the low in the 486 range. And this could actually turn bullish. I also want to call out the fact that on SPY, when you look at the daily time frame, when I zoom out, you will notice that we have a reversal structure, but we also have this gap above. So if we somehow manage to break above the 488, the high of the day today, we have this gap to fill. We could reverse and when people least expect it. So be very careful with Powell. You never know what he's going to cause. Okay. So now, what are some levels to watch for? So basically, when looking at SPY, this thing has broken below this key trend line. We had this trend line which was just respecting this ascending triangle. We actually lost that support, and now we're looking a little bit weak since we got this big rejection here and failed to get back above 488. So if we want to turn bullish, you need to see this thing break above the 488 and start pushing. If it gets above this resistance, we do have potential to fill this gap and push all the way back up to the 490 area, into the 490s. If we're bearish, you want to see this basically lose 486. If you lose 486, our next target is going to be down here around, we basically have 484.5 to 485 coming next. This wick down here could be a target, so be very careful. Now, I'm open-minded to anything. I'm always going to be unbiased, or as unbiased as possible, and telling you guys about both sides. But the truth is, I think, and this is what my gut is telling me, because we're just dumping so hard approaching Jerome Powell, this could be a trap. And there is a possibility that Powell is going to be very ambiguous, and the market might actually pump again. There's a possibility the market might pump temporarily. They might just try to fill this gap, or at least try to push it back up. So we might see SPY get back to 490. There's a real possibility of that. I kind of favor that a little bit more, but just to be safe, we'll be watching our levels. So could we get a Powell pump? I do favor it a little bit more, but I'm always going to watch the levels just to be safe. On Tesla, I said Tesla had a bullish uh, triangle forming here, a bullish wedge, and we got a bullish breakout. I was expecting Tesla to come up to this level. That's what ended up happening. We got the move on Tesla, and Tesla's holding up nicely. Now, if Powell pumps the markets, Tesla could try to fill this imbalance and push into the higher 190s, 193, 194 could be coming. If Powell gives us the rug pull, Tesla's going to be coming all the way back down to about 187. So you want to be very careful with Tesla. However, considering that Tesla is just continuing to hold very nicely, there's a very good chance it's going to hold up and continue to outperform the markets. Looking at Tesla, we got a nice trend right here. We actually held the support, making a higher high and higher low. Tesla is showing some life. So there's a chance Powell could pump Tesla one more time back to this resistance zone. I do favor that a little bit more, but just to be safe, Let's wait and see what Powell says. So that's just like what my prediction would be, right? That's my assessment based off the current technicals, but I can't promise anything. I don't know what Powell's going to say, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I do favor that possibility a little bit more. For the QQQ, I told you if we lost 420, it's going to come down to 418. I was hoping that this thing would hold 420 and try to rebound. We actually hit 418 and then started to rebound. So if anything, although it's starting to come down like this, I do want to call something out. If you look at the QQQ on the 4-hour time frame, you will notice that this thing has been sinking pretty much throughout the entire day, looking very, very weak. Not the 4 hours, sorry, I'm supposed to look at the 5 minutes. If you look at the 5 minutes, um, this thing is making a full-on recovery right here, forming the inverse head and shoulders. If we get above the 5 minutes 200 excuse me 200 EMA, then we're going to start pushing even more. So if you could break above 421.5, a bigger push is coming. If you fail to do so, it's going to be sinking back down towards 420. If you lose 420, 418 is going to be our next target. So can we get above 421.5, this resistance right here? If we do so, a big push is going to be coming. We have this gap to fill on the QQQ, or are we about to get a rug pull? It all depends on Powell. My gut tells me this thing is going to reverse and try pushing higher to fill this gap. Just temporarily, I think that Powell is going to cause a pump, but just to be safe, we'll wait and see. I really don't know for sure because it depends on what he says, but I do favor that for my prediction a little bit more. For Nvidia, I told you that we might see this thing trade sideways when pop, come back down and push back up. I was thinking it would hold up a little bit better around the 616 area. We're actually a little bit weaker than that. But the question is, will Powell help Nvidia pump again? Is Nvidia about to make a bullish move? Looking at Nvidia on the 4-hour time frame, you will notice that technically speaking, not looking that strong. We're still approaching this support right over here, but it's still possible because it's looking kind of indecisive right now for it to come back up before it makes another move lower. It still does not look like it's done. The trend is a little bearish, but we'll see if Powell could cause a temporary pump. If Powell pumps Nvidia, 623 is going to be our target or even above that. If he gives us the rug pull, 607 is coming, then levels below that. We'll be watching this very carefully. We'll see how it goes. My gut does tell me Nvidia could pop thanks to Powell, though, so watch that very carefully. On Aapl, I was hoping that this thing would hold 188. We actually went a little bit lower down to 185, and now we're just trading sideways. So it's looking a little bit weaker. If we get a pump from Powell, we have a gap to fill at 188 plus. We could push back to 188 and eventually 190. If Powell gives us the rug pull, Aapl could be sinking back down towards 182. So I'll be watching it very carefully. We have a downtrend on Aapl. We'll see if we can get a bounce, and we'll see if the buyers could step in and defend our positions. So that being said, thank you all so much for listening. Have a great day. Remain calm, cool, and collected, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again, and get ready for the FOMC meeting. Don't forget, guys, at 2 p.m., the rate hike decision comes out on the news. At 2:30 p.m., we have the press conference when Jerome Powell starts the speech. Get ready and do what you have to do, guys. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks again, and peace out.